This 26 Sports and CCTV high school hockey presentation is presented by Cadillac Casting Incorporated.
Welcome back to third period action, everyone, from the WEX in Cadillac, Michigan, where the Petoskey Northmen have a 4-1 lead over the Cadillac Vikings. And Jeff, how about a quick update on the Big North standings right now?
Okay, well, Alpena is holding the top spot here at 2-0. They are 8-1-1 overall. Petoskey is 2 wins, 1 loss, and 1 tie. They had that tie with TC West, and they are 6-2-1 overall. TC Central is at 2-1 also. They're at 3-5 overall. Cadillac is 0-2, and Gaylord is 0-1, and TC West is 0-1-1. So,
all right,
that rounds out the Big North right here. If Cadillac wants to try to better their standing, they need to get some goals going.
There's a shot saved. Yeah, it was Hayden Watkins with a quick shot on the play, and the Vikings need a quick goal here and just spark them up and get the crowd into it also. Just behind Geiger, Taylor Fettig will drop it back to Van Antwerp. That was a good play there to avoid the pressure.
Yeah, and they really do need to try to get something quick here to get a little momentum going.
So the puck is behind the net, played by Lefebvre. Up the boards, first one to it is going to be Mitch Fortin, number 11. Fortin with some speed, trying to go wide. Between his legs and a centering pass, and Brian Geiger has it. It's going to be a 2-on-2, but coming back quickly is Reese to make it a 2-on-3. Making the first save was Lefebvre. Geiger delivers a check there to Trevor Reese. And the puck is in the skates. Kept in momentarily, and it's played out to center. Mitch Fortin chips it in deep, and going back after it is Jack Schmidtdale. Schmidtdale gives his man a bump. Puck goes into the corner. Hebner, that's Derek Hebner. Now it's taken now by Alan Shear. Alan Shear, number 10. A little bit of a hook on him there. Played up to Hebner off his stick. Fisher Moore in there along with Brandon Eller. Eller comes out with the puck to Schmidtdale. No icing. Petoskey was on a change and did not play the puck. Referees will wave that off every time. Twisting and turning with it is Alan Shear. Finally, he loses the puck, and the Vikings get it back. It's Fisher Moore. They need some shots right now. Fisher Moore trying to get around, and like you said, Jeff, the puck just is not quite bouncing for them.
Yep, they just can't seem to get it to go right for them tonight.
Good forecheck there by Moore, and now Alan Shear has it coming back. The Vikings. There's a shot knocked around, tipped, loose, shot, score!
That's what they needed. Fisher Moore ate up that rebound.
Picks up the rebound and makes it 4-2. He's got both goals now for the Vikings. Alan Shear with the hard work to start that. All right, we've got Evan Kornacki in the booth, and he's going to put the headsets on for a second as the Vikings have just closed the gap to 4-2. All right, Evan, we're going to see if we get the replay on that goal. Here we go. Puck loose out in front, and you can see Fisher Moore. Nice job by the camera crew there to catch that. Good job there by Fisher Moore. And first of all, welcome, Evan.
Thank
back
you.
From college, huh?
Yeah.
Up at where are you heading to college?
Lake Superior State University.
All right, so Evan Kornacki is Cadillac native. He came up through the youth hockey here in Cadillac, played for the high school, refereed, and now, Evan, maybe tell us a little bit about what you're doing referee-wise and how that kind of came about.
Right now I'm just traveling around Michigan and then occasionally going out of state. I'm an official in the officiating development program. So they pull people
USA
from,
Hockey, right?
Yep. So they pull people from all over the states. And that's basically doing leagues of the North American League, the USHL, ECHL, and the SPHL.
Oh, my word. The ECHL on the East Coast there, right?
Yep.
Okay.
So those 4 leagues, and then we'll just move you up. And then there's numerous guys that right now are in the AHL and the NHL right now who've gone through the same thing. So
As you referee at different leagues coming up through the ranks, what's the biggest difference now at some of these games that you're seeing?
probably speed.
Okay.
Some of these guys that, age is not really like one of the big factors anymore. It's just who they played with and how they train, and the speed is definitely one of the things that are the tougher thing to adapt.
Evan, I know you've had a lot of concussions.
Yeah.
I can't even count them all, but how are things going on that front?
Pretty good. Recently, pretty good. Obviously, I haven't played any contact sports just to prevent any more concussions.
Yep.
But things are going well with reffing, so right now I don't have to stop doing that, so that's good.
That's great. Vikings now are playing 4-on-4s. Both teams are short a man. Play in the middle. There's a shot on a one-timer by Hayden Watkins and a good save by Tyler Lefebvre. And you've been watching the game a little bit tonight. What's your thoughts so far on? Let's start with Petoskey.
Petoskey's a good team this year. I've had them in up north a couple times this year, and they move the puck really well. And their defensive positioning, I think, is they're pretty technically sound. So
yeah.
But Cadillac's hanging in tough with them. So I think Cadillac's pretty young this year. So
Well, they've got 9 seniors, so they're not particularly young. Petoskey at center ice. That's Ethan Decker. He tips it in. Played back to the blue line. Now Decker, number 7. He's a sophomore, just off the stick of Reese. Vikings will flip it up and out of play. And you want to give a shout out to your mom and dad? You want to do that?
Nope. Hi, Mom and Dad, Mike and Leslie Kornacki.
All right. Merry Christmas to Mike and Leslie. And your sister, give her a shout out.
Yep, Allie Kornacki, and then my little brother, Andrew.
Yeah, is he at the game tonight?
No, he's not.
Okay, all right. We got a minute to go in the even strength turnaround shot. Good save by Moore. Back to the point. Dallas puts it all the way through. It's tipped and then taken away by Hebner. Hebner's got a man open in the slot for a moment there. That was Baker. That shot flutters wide of the net. Chasing it down is Taylor Fettig. Fettig back to Hebner. Hebner with it. He's got Baker. Cross ice to Hebner. There's a shot, and looking behind, but making the save was Nathan Moore. Good puck movement there. So the Vikings, what do we got? 40 seconds to go here in the 4-on-4. Vikings need another goal here to get back into this game. You play what? Tennis and golf?
Just tennis. This is my first year not playing.
Okay.
So
Another save there. What's your major?
marketing, concentrated in sports marketing.
Oh, okay. So maybe you could put this opportunity here with Jeff Castillo and Bill Dooley on your resume, huh?
Yeah, of course.
All right, Evan. Well, appreciate you stopping by here and just giving a little bit of perspective on the referee gig. We hope that the rest of your college career goes great, and look forward to seeing you whenever you come back. Okay?
Yeah. Thank you very much.
All right. That's Evan Kornacki. And the Vikings get a shot on goal. That's Austin Pendrick. Play is behind the net. Coming out with it, number 6. This is Eric Dallas. Dallas with the pass right on the tape of Fettig. Fettig shooting just high and wide of the net. Baker to Hebner in the corner. Hebner walks out in front. Vikings, good job there by Tonello to keep him from shooting, because that could have been a dangerous play. Now coming down the ice is number 10, Alan Shear, looking on the backhand. Good save, sliding across was Lefebvre.
Boy, he's all alone down there. He's got no help as the Vikings were getting some fresh legs on the ice.
It was actually a really good low backhand shot all the way through and a shot on net. And Nathan Moore will hold on to it as there's Ethan Decker, number 7 in the vicinity.
Woohoo. All right, we would like to once again mention our sponsors for tonight's game. Cadillac Castings, Fox Motors of Cadillac, Pizza Plus, and also Cadillac Tire. And a big thank you to our sponsors. And anyone out there that wants to also sponsor, please get a hold of our station at mynews26.com and help out with sponsorships. Get your business out there. Get your name out there.
That's right. Long pass a little bit too far. We got an icing call here, and that'll give us a chance to give our second shout out here. This time it's going to go to Sarah Ward, wife of Brent Ward. So Brent wants to say, hello and Merry Christmas to Sarah. Also to Tammy Van Antwerp, wife of Jim Van Antwerp, and Jim is one of the assistant coaches. So there's some shout outs to some of the wives of the coaching staff for Petoskey.
Okay, and also I just want to take a quick second and get our last goal scorers out there for Cadillac. That second goal for the Vikings was scored by number 18, Fisher Moore, with an assist to number 10, Alan Shear.
Jeff, did you see what the call was on Zach Izzard on that penalty where he crunched somebody in the board jar? I'm just trying to think if it was. It was
actually Brendan Phillips that got the high stick. That's what it was.
Oh, okay. Because they blew the whistle. There's a close attempt there by the Vikings. The puck is at the side of the net.
And I initially thought it was the same thing, too. I thought it was a call on Zach Izzard on the hit, but they called Brendan Phillips for the penalty.
Max Koch, nice job there by Brandon Eller to ride him out of the play. Comes along the boards to Van Antwerp. He'll let one fly, and that one tipped up high just over top of the net.
A good defensive tie-up there by Brian Geiger. Might have saved a goal as he had a little bit of the net open to shoot at.
Hebner thought his defense was there, and that one goes out to center ice. Quick
Watch
pass
out.
in, just a little bit off the stick.
Yeah, they caught Cadillac on a change and just was unable to connect with Hebner.
Nice having Evan Kornacki on the headset here for a couple minutes. He's a great representative for Cadillac. You know what I mean?
He is.
Just a great kid.
Yeah, I was fortunate enough to coach Evan for many years on the ice.
Oh, wow.
Always good to have him. Rather have him on my team than have to play against him, that's
right.
for sure.
Yes. Puck is played behind the net. Alan Shear tried to get that. Keeping it in nicely was Pendrick. That one is sticked aside there by Lefebvre. Into the netting. And it'll be a face-off deep in the Petoskey zone.
Okay, we would also like to mention our crew tonight. Director tonight is Wyatt Van Dynen. We've got Zach Wiggins also in the van. They've been working on some replay issues, but he is working with that. We've got Seth Peterson on camera 1, Damian Brooks on camera 2, and we
There's
also
a play out in front of the net. Vikings jamming away at it. No goal.
Boy, that was
Sorry,
close.
Jeff, that was
nope,
right on
that's
the
all
line.
right. That was right on the line, so that was good. And we also have Caden Darrow on the other camera. So thanks to those guys for helping out with the game tonight and get some experience with the cameras. Not always easy to do with as fast as the action moves in a hockey game.
No, it's a different, between basketball and volleyball, even football to an extent.
Right.
It's just fast action. Pendrick tried to get that one through. It hit a body, went into the corner. Fisher Moore, who's got both goals for the Vikings, centered it. First one, too, it's going to be Max Koch. Koch looking down the ice, and it'll be an icing against Petoskey, so it'll come right back in, and there's 9:20 to go here in the third.
And it was a nice centering play. It's just that Cadillac had nobody in front of the net. They've been doing a little bit better job. I think maybe that, what do you call it? Can't think of the word, but a little bit of,
Momentum?
Trying to get some momentum here.
Okay.
And running out of time also.
Now, Hayden Watkins plays it back to Gavin Foster with the back end of the corner. Geiger and Koch battling away for it. Behind the net now to Van Antwerp, number 4. Looking for the long pass. Good play on the stick. Good check there by Austin Pendrick. Vikings, that was a good catch on that pass, which was way up in the air, and Austin Pendrick was showing off his skills. That one will go right to Moore. Rebound, and it went out of his glove. Could have been a goal.
Yes, it could have. It came very close.
Gavin Foster, number 3, with 8:40 to go here in the third period. Vikings down by 2, 4-2. You're watching high school hockey action on 26 Sports and CCTV. Jeff Castillo along with Bill Dooley bringing you the action. And it's always important, these Big North games. Good poke check by Hayden Watkins. Now back to Fortin and to Koch. Koch, nice tip in there by Trevor Reese. Austin Pendrick up the board to Derek Tonello. Derek Tonello lost control of it. Derek Hebner, he's tough on the puck.
Yes,
Finally
he is.
goes down. And the Vikings, Fisher Moore. Checked from behind. See if he can get back on side. He does. Alan Shear wards off that check. Up the boards to Trevor Reese. He'll play it back to Van Antwerp. Van Antwerp with a long pass, and they're kind of content with taking an icing here and there because
Sure.
they're looking for, if they happen to connect, fine,
Right.
but if not, they get a face-off.
Right. Urgency, Bill. That's the word I couldn't.
Yes.
Just couldn't find it. The Vikings are playing with a little bit more urgency. I struggle with those 3-syllable words sometimes. But the Vikings are getting a little bit more pressure this period as the urgency is setting in to try and get this game tied up. If they can get another one here, make it a 4-3 game, then you never know what can happen.
Well, they've got the line out there with Shear, Fisher Moore. Fisher just takes a shot. It was tipped. Oh, and it was loose in the crease, knocked away by Eric Dallas.
Yeah, Derek Tonello got a nice little tip on it and got through his pads, but just wasn't enough to get across the line.
Vikings now are making some good things happen here in the third period.
They need a little bounce.
Yes, you mentioned that earlier, and it would be nice to get that fortuitous bounce. Played out in front. That's Brendan Baker. The Vikings, a couple of them blocked it. And they're going to ice it down and take a face-off back in the Cadillac zone.
All right, I'm going to sneak in our last player profile of the night. We've got Alex Leotart, senior, number 2. Alex's parents are Kathy and Casey, along with his brother Cam, who is a former Viking player. Besides playing hockey, Alex plays lacrosse. In his spare time, Alex likes to make money working, spending time with girls and his other friends. Alex's favorite athlete is LeBron James. After high school, he would like to attend either MSU or Grand Valley State University and study business. Congratulations to Alex Leotart on being one of our player profiles tonight.
So, like spending time with girls
Yeah,
and his
imagine
other
that.
friends.
Yeah, his other friends.
I love that. They're second class.
Girls first and then other friends when he can fit time in.
Yeah, that's right.
Well, he's got his priorities straight, that's for sure.
I like it.
Fortunately, hockey is one of them. We like to see him out there.
Yeah, good to have him back in the lineup. Now Petoskey, we're at full strength. Almost tipping that one was Brian Geiger. He would have been off to the races. Brendan Baker back to Fortin. Fortin in the corner to Hebner. Hebner just over the stick of Baker. Now the Vikings, if they hurry up, they might get a little break. Coming in with some speed. Alex Leotard cuts to the middle. He is hooked a little bit from behind, but no call.
Didn't call it.
It
Thought
could
they
have been.
might. Guess they were thinking that he fell on his own.
Right. Petoskey turns with it behind the net. That's Mitch Fortin, number 11, with 5:50 to go here in the third. It's 4-2 Petoskey. Cadillac has the only goal here of the third period. That was Fisher Moore.
Yeah,
and we're going to call an icing on that. That was the effort that's usually made in the men's league on an icing. I love to see the
they make it look good, don't they?
Well, the defenseman turns the wrong way, acts like they're hustling, and then they wave it off. I love it.
Yeah. Well, sometimes it's a chore just to turn around without falling for some of those guys. So, anyway.
Puck is right in the face-off dot. Van Antwerp gets it up to Colton Horn. Horn with the pass over to Taylor Fedek. Fedek with a couple Vikings on him. That puck bounces all the way through up in the air behind the net. Fisher Moore will reverse it to Brandon Eller. Eller up to Alan Shear. Alan Shear up high. That one bounces around. Van Antwerp passes it over to Koch. Max Koch, who was our pregame guest for Petoskey. Fisher Moore with a nice little pass to Tonello. Tonello 1-on-4 now.
Yeah.
And finally Moore gets in there for a little help.
Fisher has had a great game tonight. He's been all over the ice, as has Derek Tonello. Vikings just can't seem to get anything going here and get a shot on goal.
It's down to 4:45 here in the third. That one is going to be an icing call, so it'll come back into the Viking zone.
Okay.
Let's see here. Did we get our sponsors in here? Yes, we
Yep,
did.
we
Okay.
did, and I would like to remind everyone out there that the DVDs are available for purchase, either single game or box sets, by contacting mynews26.com or calling the station at 231-577-1844. The sale of these DVDs helps out with our production costs, including purchasing equipment and paying our directors and students. Time for a stocking stuffer. It's not too late.
No.
Purchase DVDs of these games.
Okay, puck up along to number 2. Alex Leotard just out of the reach of Hayden Watkins. Watkins cuts to the middle. He's surrounded by a lot of blue jerseys, and they knock it into the corner, and they'll just play it back. Good job by Petoskey to always avoid that pressure. Now Hebner. Hebner going wide, cutting out to the front, just poke checked at the last second by Brendan Phillips. There's a shot by Van Antwerp. Didn't think he could do it. Great check there by Austin Pendrick.
Well, and Van Antwerp's already got the hat trick tonight. He's looking for the puck again.
Yeah. Puck is tied up in the corner by Pendrick and then taken by Hayden Watkins. Watkins, that one is going to be just out over the blue line, and Van Antwerp, there's a change here for the Northmen. Taylor Feddick comes racing out, and he gets the puck. He'll dump it deep into the zone and then chase in after it. Vikings make the change also.
Got 3:15 left in this third period.
Watch out here. That was a errant pass by Phillips. And it'll go back to the blue line to Baker. Brendan Baker dumped it along the boards. Ricocheted out in front. Checked right there by Derek Tonello, number 14. Another giveaway by the Vikings, and there's a shot, never made it through. Vikings have to be a little bit more careful on those outlet passes.
Well, and they're going to have to start taking some chances here. We're going to keep our eye on Nathan Moore as we're inside of 3 minutes now with the Vikings down by 2 goals. We'll keep an eye on that.
Bouncing shot. Oh, and that one might have hit Derek Graham. He's shaking his head. I don't think you would have expected the shot to go right there where it did. It's going to be all the way down the ice for an icing. With 2:25 to go here in the third, you are watching high school hockey action on 26 Sports and CCTV. Jeff, what do we have to catch up on here? Anything?
I don't know. I've got so many duties you give me tonight. I'm trying to think if I've got them all done.
Are you snowed under?
Well, I can make it work.
All right.
I can make it work. We do have Dan Gussert tomorrow night doing the girls' basketball
December
game,
20th.
or December 20th, okay. That's tomorrow? Yeah.
Right, but I mean, people watching this game,
Right.
we don't know when they're watching it, so we
Yep.
just give date. And who's going to be doing the game? Is that Jason Main doing the game with them?
I'm guessing.
All right, Derek Tonello trying to split the D.
Okay, and Nathan
They
Moore
pulled
just
their net.
did come out of the net.
Hayden Watkins just could not pull the trigger. And Mitch Fort, number 11, at least gets it over the blue line. The Vikings will knock it back in. We've got 1:55 to go here in the game. Vikings down by 2. They need one right here quickly.
And they've got to get 2 skaters on the puck here with an empty net.
Vikings will have to play it back at center ice. Lefebvre just gives it to Van Antwerp. Van Antwerp, that one was intercepted by Alex Leotard. And they'll shoot it all the way down the ice, and they'll take the icing with 1:30 to go.
Okay, well, that works out to Cadillac's advantage. Now they can get a face-off down in the zone. Of
Do you
course,
think they'll call a timeout at all here, or
well,
not
that's
really?
a possibility. You know, we'll keep an eye on it.
Mhm.
They were trying to keep their top guys fresh. They've got Leotard, Schmidtdale, Shear, Farley out there, along with Hayden Watkins, and they've also got Pendrick back there, and it looks like he is calling for a timeout. So the Vikings are going to take a timeout here.
All right, we want to let you know that the production of this sports presentation is a cooperation between Wexford Misaki ISD, CCTV, and My News 26. Students under the supervision of a professional director. Is that what Wyatt is? Is that what we call him?
Yeah.
Okay. They run the cameras, assist in graphics, replay, and directing. Thank you to everyone involved in this process. It's really quite the gig going here, especially with Central Michigan having a great broadcasting school down the road, so these students, really can get some hands-on opportunities.
Right, and I think there are a number of them taking advantage of that and heading down there for a possible career in the broadcasting area. They can, I'm sure, you're some of their heroes, I'm sure. Your favorite broadcaster locally.
Yeah. That's right, is Jeff Castillo.
Right, well, Pendrick says that you're not his favorite broadcaster, but I bet he's got all the DVDs from the last few years, or maybe that's why you're not his favorite.
Yes. I think that he misspoke. we have to clarify that.
Well, you caught him by surprise.
Right.
That's a lot of pressure to be under, and his mom was right there listening to him too. So.
Right. Yeah. So we'll have to ask him that question again, maybe with a little bit some force behind it.
Give him a second chance, maybe.
So Scott Graham is going over some stuff with the troops right here, and main thing I would say is just get some traffic in front of the net, get the puck to the net. It doesn't matter at this point. You have to hope for a lucky bounce, and then pull your goalie and try and get the equalizer.
Yeah, there's plenty of time. They got a minute and a half left.
Yep.
Definitely seen 2 goals scored in the last minute and a half of the game on multiple occasions, so
I think
never know what can happen when you pull that goalie.
Yeah, referee crew, I think, has done a really good job tonight, Jeff. I mean, called the penalties they should, let the questionable ones go.
Yeah, it's been going both ways. I think both teams have had close to the same number of penalties.
So we've got Leotard, Fisher Moore, Alan Shear, Watkins, Jack Schmidtdale, and Austin Pendrick out there. Facing it off is Colton Horn, the sophomore, taking that important draw.
Yeah, and a good win by Fisher Moore.
And then Taylor Fettig just steals the puck, and they're coming right back was Fisher Moore to take it back from him. Pass does not connect.
They got to start the clock. This one's going to end up
and it's in the net.
That one ended up going in the net as the people were yelling for the clock to start.
And the goal is going to count. It deflected off a Cadillac stick. Not sure who shot it. They'll get credit for the goal, but we were kind of preoccupied by the clock not moving, Jeff.
Right. Yeah, and now it's a 3-goal game, so that's pretty much going to put the wraps on this one.
So Nathan Moore will come back in the net for the Vikings, and that's a tough job for people running the clock, running the scoreboard and everything, and so they're going to run off a couple seconds here to try and get that back to where it should be as best they can.
Yep.
So what are they going to take it down? Yeah, take it down to 110, and now it's going to be a 5-2 game here. We'll wait for the call on the goal.
Yeah, I could not tell you who ended up getting that.
Yeah, I want to say maybe Taylor Fettig, but number 5. But anyway, puck is played out over the blue line. Coming in with it is Farley, and the offside was Austin Kiley, number 7. Austin's first time in the game right here. And the Vikings will now have a little break, Jeff, along with Petoskey. The Vikings will come back, I want to say January 4th, maybe for their next game. I don't have
Vikings,
that in front of me.
I think it's January 9th.
Okay, 9th.
I could be wrong, but I think it is the 9th. It seems like a long ways away. It's all the way till next year, I know that. So this is going to be the last broadcast for the year of 2018 anyway.
Yeah, we're getting closer to that magical 2020, year 2020.
Yeah, it is getting there.
Number 12, that's Brendan Baker. Vikings coming in with it, that's Brian Farley.
He's had a couple brothers move up through the ranks of the Cadillac hockey system.
Yep, the last of the Farleys right here. I want to remind everybody that girls basketball action will be on tomorrow, December 20th, and Dan Gussert along with Jason Main will bring you the action. This game here tonight will replay on Saturday the 22nd at 4 p.m. So that'll be Saturday 22nd, 4 p.m. Once again, DVD copies available. Please see if you can help us out there with a copy of a DVD of the game or two. Box sets are also available.
Yeah, I had a number of the Livonia Franklin parents, grandparents, things of that nature asking me how they could get a hold of one of those. So I gave them directions on how they were able to get a copy of that, so they'll have a nice little momentum of the game that they had with the Vikings this year.
All right, our final score here is the Petoskey Northmen 5 and the Cadillac Vikings 2. Jeff and I are going to go down and get a word with Tyler Lefebvre. So everybody stay tuned for the post-game show. Jeff and I will be right back with the wrap-up.